Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of psychology. You know, the human mind is an incredibly complex and powerful thing. It shapes who we are, how we interact with the world, and how we make sense of our experiences. Get ready to uncover some mind-blowing facts that will change the way you think about the human mind. We're talking about the stuff that makes us tick, the stuff that makes us do what we do, and the stuff that makes us who we are. Let's talk about the placebo effect. You see someone who's given a sugar pill, told it's a miracle cure, and darned if they don't start feeling better. Why? Because their mind believes it's getting help, and that belief triggers real, measurable changes in the body. The mind-body connection is a powerful thing, folks. It's not just about positive thinking, it's about the very real impact our thoughts, beliefs, and expectations can have on our physical well-being. We're talking about the power of suggestion, the power of hope, and the incredible ability of the human mind to influence the body's own healing processes. Now let's talk about cognitive dissonance. This is when you've got two conflicting beliefs, ideas or values, and it creates tension in your mind. Let's say you love animals but enjoy a good burger. That conflict, that's cognitive dissonance, and our minds hate it. We'll go to great lengths to reduce that dissonance, even if it means justifying our actions or beliefs in ways that might seem irrational to others. Think about smokers who know it's bad for them but continue to smoke. They might downplay the risks, focus on the enjoyment, or convince themselves they'll quit tomorrow. It's the mind's way of trying to maintain a sense of internal consistency. You ever notice how the more people are around, the less likely anyone is to help someone in need? That's the bystander effect. It's like everyone assumes someone else will step up so they don't have to. This diffusion of responsibility can have serious consequences in emergency situations. Think about it. If you're the one who needs help, the presence of a crowd might actually decrease your chances of getting it. It's a sobering thought, and it highlights the importance of personal responsibility and taking action when we see someone in need. Don't wait for someone else to be the hero. Chapter 4, The Halo Effect, Judging a Book by its Cover. We've all heard the saying, don't judge a book by its cover, but the truth is we do it all the time. It's called the halo effect. We see someone attractive, successful, or famous, and we automatically assume they're also intelligent, kind, and trustworthy. This initial impression then colors our perception of everything else about them. Think about how we perceive celebrities or public figures. Their perceived positive qualities can lead us to overlook their flaws or even excuse their bad behavior. It's a reminder that our first impressions aren't always accurate. Chapter 5, Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs, Climbing the Pyramid. Abraham Maslow gave us a roadmap for human motivation with his hierarchy of needs. At the bottom are our basic needs: food, water, shelter. Once those are met, we move up to safety and security, then love and belonging, then esteem and self-respect. At the very top, self-actualization. The desire to fulfill our potential. It's like climbing a pyramid. You can't reach the top without a strong foundation. This hierarchy helps us understand not just individual behavior, but also societal trends and global issues. Think about it. Societies struggling with poverty and instability are unlikely to prioritize things like education or self-expression. Chapter 6. The Stanford Prison Experiment, The Power of Roles. The Stanford Prison Experiment. A bunch of college students randomly assigned as guards or prisoners in a simulated prison environment. What happened? It got real fast. The guards became authoritarian, the prisoners submissive and distressed. The experiment, though controversial, showed how easily we can fall into roles and how those roles can influence our behavior, even if they go against our values. It's a chilling reminder of the power of situations and the importance of staying true to ourselves, even under pressure. It makes you wonder, how would you behave in that situation? Chapter 7, The Power of Positive Thinking, Looking on the Bright Side. The power of positive thinking is real, folks. It's not just about slapping on a happy face and pretending everything's okay. It's about choosing to focus on the good, on the possibilities, and on your own ability to overcome challenges. Positive thinking can reduce stress, improve your immune system, and even help you live longer. It's about reframing negative thoughts, cultivating gratitude, and focusing on solutions rather than dwelling on problems. Remember, your thoughts have power. Choose to think positive ones. Chapter 8. The Dunning-Kruger Effect, the Illusion of Confidence. Ever met someone who's completely incompetent but totally unaware of it? That's the Dunning-Kruger effect in action. It's the tendency for unskilled individuals to overestimate their abilities. They don't know what they don't know, so they think they're doing great. On the flip side, highly skilled individuals often underestimate their abilities. They assume everyone else is at their level, so they don't see themselves as special. It's a reminder to stay humble, keep learning, and be open to feedback. Chapter 9. The Pygmalion Effect, Rising to Expectations. The Pygmalion Effect is all about the power of expectations. When we believe someone is capable of great things, we treat them differently, and they in turn rise to the occasion. Think about teachers who have high expectations for their students. Those students often perform better because they internalize those expectations and strive to meet them. It works the other way too. Low expectations can lead to self-fulfilling prophecies of poor performance. It's a reminder that our beliefs about others can shape their reality. Chapter 10. The Milgram Experiment, Obedience to Authority. The Milgram experiment, another controversial one, showed how far people will go to obey authority, even if it means harming others. Participants were told to deliver electric shocks to a learner, who was actually an actor, thankfully, whenever they got answers wrong. The shocks weren't real, but the participants believed they were. The results were, well, shocking. A majority of participants continued to deliver shocks even when the learner cried out in pain, simply because an authority figure told them to. It's a stark reminder of the dangers of blind obedience and the importance of questioning authority. Chapter 11. The Barnum Effect. We're all unique, right? Ever wonder why horoscopes seem so accurate, or why personality tests seem to know you so well? It's often the Barnum effect at play. We tend to believe vague, general statements that could apply to anyone, as if they were tailored specifically to us. Think about statements like, you have a need for others to like and admire you, or you have a great deal of unused capacity which you have not turned to your advantage. Who doesn't relate to that? It's a reminder to be critical of broad generalizations and to seek out personalized information. Chapter 12. The mere exposure effect, familiarity breeds liking. The more we're exposed to something, the more we tend to like it. This is the mere exposure effect. It's why we often prefer our own reflection to photos of ourselves and why we gravitate toward familiar brands and products. Repeated exposure creates a sense of familiarity which our brains interpret as safety and trustworthiness. This effect is often used in advertising and marketing to increase brand recognition and positive associations. Chapter 13. The Anchoring Effect, the Power of First Impressions. The first piece of information we receive about something often acts as an anchor, influencing our subsequent judgments and decisions. This is the anchoring effect. For example, if you're negotiating a salary, the first number thrown out there, even if it's arbitrary, will likely influence the final outcome. It's why it's important to be aware of this effect and to consider multiple perspectives before making a decision. Don't let the first piece of information you receive cloud your judgment. Chapter 14. The Zeigarnik Effect, Unfinished Business. Ever notice how it's easier to remember tasks you haven't finished than tasks you have? That's the Zeigarnik Effect. Our brains hate unfinished business. It creates a kind of mental tension that keeps the task at the forefront of our minds until it's complete. This effect can be helpful for productivity, but it can also lead to anxiety if we have too many unfinished tasks. The key is to find a balance between using this effect to our advantage and not letting it overwhelm us. Chapter 15. The Spotlight Effect. Everybody's watching me. The spotlight effect is the tendency to overestimate how much other people notice us. We think everyone's looking at us, judging us, when in reality they're probably too caught up in their own lives to even notice. Think about a time you tripped and fell in public. You probably felt mortified, but chances are nobody else even remembered it 5 minutes later. It's a reminder to take ourselves less seriously and to remember that the world doesn't revolve around us. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the human mind. We've just scratched the surface of what makes us tick. There's a whole world of psychology out there just waiting to be explored. Stay curious and keep exploring the wonders of psychology.